Some people are convinced that mythical creatures are real and have seen them with their own eyes. They even have video evidence of them to support their claims. In this video, we're going to show you some videos of mythical creatures that have been spotted by humans. Are they genuine or fakes? You decide. The Rake. Some stories are too good to be true, and that's why we call them urban legends. They might have a grain of truth in them, but most of the time they're simply made up. But what if some urban legends are actually real? What if some of the creepy creatures that are said to haunt us are really out there? One of the most terrifying urban legends is the Rake, a humanoid creature that attacks humans and leaves them either dead or traumatized. It has pale skin, dog-like features, and razor-sharp claws, which is how it got its name. This creature is one of the most dreaded cryptids ever. In this video, recorded at a park in Mexico, we can see a humanoid figure leaping from one of the spinning rides. The figure's skinny and bent with glowing white eyes and a tail. Video quality is poor and some people say it's fake, but others who know the legends swear it's the Rake. Heck, some even think it's an alien. The Phoenix. One of the most ancient and famous myths of all time is the Phoenix, a bird that can rise from its own ashes. This myth has fascinated people for centuries as it symbolizes the cycle of life and death, creation and destruction, and even the flow of time itself. The Phoenix is also a symbol of immortality, rebirth, and resilience. Different cultures have different versions of how the Phoenix came to be, but they all share some common features. The Phoenix always dies by fire and is reborn from its own remains, and it always looks like a fiery bird. Some legends say that the Phoenix lives for hundreds of thousands of years before it burns itself and starts anew. Others say that there's only one Phoenix in the world and it passes on its essence to its successor. In this video, which was supposedly filmed in the sky over Los Angeles, we can see a bird that looks normal at first glance, but then something amazing happens. It suddenly catches fire and flies on as if nothing happened. Could this be proof that the mystical Phoenix is real? Or is it just a hoax or a trick of the light? You decide. The Mermaid. A town in Israel called Kiryat Yam has been attracting a lot of attention from locals and tourists who want to catch a glimpse of a creature that most people think only exists in fairy tales. The mysterious mermaid only appears at dusk and is said to look like a mix of a fish and a young girl. It does some tricks for the viewers before vanishing for the night. People who live near the sea have always been intrigued by mermaids. There's many historical claims of real mermaid sightings, but most of them are clearly myths and legends. There's always true stories about beautiful young women who married sailors and turned out to be shape-shifting mermaids. Some other reports from centuries ago are just curious stories that have no proof or evidence. For example, in 1610, Captain Richard Whitbourne claimed he saw a mermaid in St. James Arbor in Newfoundland. Another story from Scotland in 1830 said that a young boy killed a mermaid by throwing rocks at it. The mermaid looked like a young child, maybe 3 or 4, but had a salmon's tail instead of legs. The villagers supposedly held a funeral for it and buried it in a small coffin. The Unicorn. Unicorns are mythical creatures that look like horses with long straight horns on their foreheads. They're usually all white in Western culture, but in recent years they've been given a rainbow-colored mane and tail as well as other colors. They're often associated with purity, magic, and beauty. So that makes us wonder, do these mythical creatures really exist? A lot of people think they do, and some say they have video evidence of it. Kinda like this clip right here. Here you can clearly see a white horse grazing on some grass and what seems like a horn is sticking out from its head. Could this be a real unicorn? Well, that doesn't persuade you, then maybe the fact that unicorns appear in a wide range of ancient texts and artwork from around the world will. This includes references in the Bible and images in 6,000-year-old Mesopotamian art. As a result, unicorns and dragons are among the world's oldest and most famous mythical creatures. And as we all know, there's always some truth in every myth and legend. Maybe unicorns are still hiding somewhere waiting for us to find them. The Fresno Nightcrawler. A blurry video of what looks like a pair of pants walking across a lawn was enough to create a folktale that spread around the world. This is the Fresno Nightcrawler, supposedly, the cryptid which is the name for an animal that's been claimed but not proven to exist in the wild, and has become so popular online that it's joined the ranks of Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mothman. The Nightcrawler, though not as famous as the others, has sparked the imagination of online pulp culture. The Fresno Nightcrawler, also known as Walking Ghostly Pants, is well known beyond California's central San Joaquin Valley. It took more than a decade for the Fresno Nightcrawler to become well known, even the area where the legend started, but the local community has come to accept the legendary resident. The Fresno Nightcrawler story started in 2007 when a Fresnan named Jose showed surveillance footage of his front lawn to Univision television station and then paranormal investigator Victor Camacho. Jose was scared and wanted an explanation. Other sightings have been reported, including one from 2020, recorded in Montana. In this clip, you can see the picture on the upper right corner. Werewolf. A werewolf, also known as a lycanthrope or wolfman, is a mythical or folkloric human with the ability to turn into a wolf or a hybrid of a wolf and man. Werewolves are said to be made after being cursed or if bitten and scratched by another werewolf. They're said to be human most of the time, but change with the appearance of the full moon. Besides natural traits of both wolves and humans, werewolves are often given strength and speed far beyond those of wolves or men. The werewolf is usually seen as a European character, although its lore spread through the world in later time. Shapeshifters similar to werewolves are common in stories from all over the world, like druids. The clip that you are about to watch is claiming to be footage of a real-life werewolf caught on security camera. Don't know about you, but all I see is a dark blur that's moving very fast. Could be any animal for all we know. Also, the fact that this video was posted without any backstory makes me question its authenticity. What matters is what you think. Is this a werewolf? Let us know down below in the comments. The Pegasus. Greek mythology, Pegasus was an immortal winged horse, one of the two offspring of Poseidon and Medusa. Along with his brother, the golden-sworded Chrysaor, Pegasus emerged most miraculously from his pregnant mother's neck after Perseus had cut off her head. He belonged to the Greek hero Bellerophon for a while, before being taken by Zeus and given the job of pulling the chariot of his thunderbolts. Many legends surrounded this mythical horse, but you can read them in Greek mythology books, so I won't go into them in this list. Instead, though, let's look at a video. This footage was said to be recorded on November 23, 2014 in the sky over Mecca in Saudi Arabia. It was during a thunderstorm, and that's why it's so dark. In this video, a winged black horse is seen flying in the sky in full view of people who are clearly freaking out. According to the poster, many people who saw the flying horse thought it was a sign of the end times. Is this winged horse the legendary Pegasus, or just a fake? The Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster, like its legend, will never truly die. Loch Ness Monster, also known as Nessie, is a large marine creature that some people believe live in the Loch Ness in Scotland. It's widely believed that the monster is a myth because most of the alleged evidence for its existence has been exposed as false. But the buzz began again when Englishman Steve Chalice shared a picture of a big fish he had seen in Scotland's Loch Ness online. Chalice, who comes from Southampton, snapped the photo of the aquatic animal when he was on a pre-coronavirus vacation in Scotland. He wasn't convinced that he had seen the legendary Loch Ness, but many others were. He said that he initially thought it was a catfish, but he couldn't have been so sure, so he shared the picture of the fish on Facebook to see if anybody else could name it. The myth of the Loch Ness Monster continues, especially in Scotland, and not everyone agrees with Chalice's rather plain explanation that the picture that he snapped was of a big fish or a seal. El Duende. At first glance at the video, there seems to be nothing special, but after a few seconds, you can clearly see a small figure walking away at the back, which makes the people freak out. This creature they got on camera was supposedly a duende, or as they call it in English, a goblin. El Duende seems to be someone or something that no child would want to deal with. Seems to be confirmed by further description, and this elf-like creature, according to legend, either lived in the forest or inside the walls of the kids' bedrooms. El Duende is said to lure children deep into the forest to his cave when he gets the chance, or to come out of the walls to clumsily cut a sleeping child's toenail, often taking the entire toe off. El Duende's legend has gotten a lot of attention on the interwebs and in Hollywood, whether good, evil, or mischievous. Could it be that this legendary creature from Latin America countries will follow the footsteps of chupacabras? Well, it could be. El Duende, however, is a legend in his own right. Or theirs, since no one knows how many there are. The Yeti. The Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, is a mysterious bipedal creature said to live in the mountains of Asia. It sometimes leaves tracks in the snow, but it's also said to live below the Himalayan snowline. Despite dozens of expeditions into the remote regions of Russia, China, and Nepal, the existence of the Yeti remains unproven. The Yeti is said to be muscular, covered with dark grayish or reddish-brown hair, and weighs between 200 and 400 pounds. It's relatively short compared to North America's Bigfoot, averaging about 6 feet in height. Though this is the most common form, reported Yetis have come in a variety of shapes. Nepalese seem to have a strong belief in the existence of this creature, and moreover, they say that they'd even have proof. In the video, we can see something hairy kept in a glass box. This box is kept at a small monastery in Nepal, and its keepers believe that it's the scalp of a real Yeti. Many people travel long distances just to see this strange artifact, but whether it's real or not remains a mystery. See you all next time.